Hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back. Here we are with some more Baldur's Gate action. It has been some time since we last explored the Sword Coast, but let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's not waste any time. I believe last time we played, we were considering heading either south towards the Firewine Bridge, which we've already explored the interior of at length, I would say. But who's to say whether or not we'll find some more interesting encounters related to the bridge. Perhaps here we'll find the exterior of it. We also have to the west the Ulcaster Ruins. Not quite sure what we can expect to find there. And then finally the Foreboding Towers, Durlag Tower here, far to the south. And then finally we could always head north to the fabled city of Baldur's Gate, for which the game is named, and also this Ulgoth's Beard, way over to the northeast over there. I think that I would like to head to the bridge, since it's so close. We can see, maybe in totality finally, what more the bridge has to offer. After that we can close the book on this chapter here. 8 hours of traveling through the woods. Daylight has broken. Let's make the most of it. Oh, we've already got some undead here. Skeletons. Yeslik shall speed ahead and turn them. So he succeeded to some degree. Looks like all of them are.
My blade will cut you down to size.
As we can see, only inflicting a point of damage with our more pointy objects. Let's be careful now. Our arrows and our darts and whatnot. Swords are inflicting the most damage.
Oh, cool.
Blunt weapons much more effective. Don't know what happened to the rest of them. I think there were a couple more up here. Seems they have fled the scene.
Alright.
Yes, I should have put them all to rest. Alright, so it looks like here we have perhaps found the makings of a bridge. Doesn't look to be in the best of shape, state of disrepair, but so far it looks relatively deserted. Only a few wandering skeletons. Let's continue and see if we find anything more of interest out here. Looks quite expansive, because we are already on the inside of it, so we have some idea of the scale. Here we have Wandering Poe. Strange to find someone out here all on their lonesome. We'll just speak to him, find if he is friend or...
Hello there.
A hail and hearty hello, mine friends. A fine day, is it not? So it seems these parts were not always so empty and serene. The ruins about us all, tragic loss to the area some 300 years past. Interesting. Even older than I had first come to suspect. He does offer to entreat our ears to a tale, however, from that prosperous time. Alright, so apparently this is some wandering bard or poet. Aye, would be a fine time to hear your tale. Sing on, young bard. Wonderful, wonderful. Stand relaxed, shall relate it to us. Poetic treatise he likes to call The Nights of Days Hence. Says the title could use some work. Alright, well, we shall listen. Or I suppose we could try reading it out loud. Maybe that will add to the effect. Have a tale to tell, of nights so bold in dungeon hell, and slumber broke upon the shore of Nightmare's Reef, when dawn no more. A story true of courage lack, and footing lost on virtue's track, and trailing far but near to fear, a vengeance scream through night to ear. The swordsmen came by 2 and 4 to take their fight to evil's core. With confidence and might and right went bravely forward spreading light. But light alone canst clear the path, when suffers all the hellish wrath. From deep below, whence fires came, still none above dare speak the name. Together fought, together fell, till good had won, though stories tell, the cursed tale of treachery, when evil stole the victory. Heroes bold betrayed behind, from friend made foe, with gold in mind. To take and plunder riches won, 'twas evil new, though old undone. In glory sleep the hero knights, in glory slept the hero knights, but knife to throat did snuff the lights behind their eyes. A simple deed, 'twas honored dead is killed by greed. Strong enough to break a vow, alone with gold he struggled now. To leave his dungeon deed and hide, alone he fell, alone he died. Widows weep and orphans cry, and bards oft sing as maidens sigh. For want of heroes lost below, that haunt and sleep with ghostly glow. On guard the guard eternal stand, Though neither see nor sense the land, before their eyes, beyond their age, they wait with unbelieving rage. When one for all turns all for one, the injured souls take solace none, in death's release, so stand they will, till honor's need some one dost fill. Together enter, together fall, 'tis as the vow agreed by all, and all must stand and wait in time, for one that ran to face the crime. I have not been, but have been told, of knights of days gone past so bold, to warrant heartfelt prayers from thee, that rogues' return might set them free. I wonder if perhaps this tells the tale of that ghost knight that we came across in the tombs below. An interesting piece, young bard. Is there any truth behind it? He says there is some truth in everything, is there not? He cannot attest to the validity of the tale itself, as he is only culled from hearsay. He only knows for certain that it makes for good patronage when he passes his hat. A rousing tale. Please, take this 10 gold that I might finance your further travels. He says that we are certainly kind, a very good day to us on our travels. Interesting. Shall ruminate on that tale for some time. Seems a bit of treachery and greed overcame one of those knights. I might have alluded to that, actually. And, we all know what became of him. Alright, this looks interesting. Ooh, here we are. Looks to be an entrance of some kind. Perhaps this leads into the dungeon below that we just finished exploring. It looks like it does. Yeah, so we've already explored pretty much all there is to see down here, I think. I have no love for this place, so I think we shall move on. Having handled the ogre magi down there.
My blade will cut you down to size.
So rushing headlong into danger. Seems the kobolds stalk below, as well as above. But they are no match for us. Hearty swing of his hammer, and yes, like we'll put this last one to rest. Alright. Doesn't seem like there's all that much left out here for us to find, so perhaps we'll just circle back to the north and make way for Baldur's Gate at long last. It looks like we can't actually explore any further to the east. This is as far as the Sword Coast will allow. Interesting. Who's this? Let's wait for the rest of our party to catch up. We have Meilum. Greetings, little ones. You have the look of experienced travelers, and a few of you look to be fine warriors. He is the Sword Coast's most skilled swordsman, and he assures us that he's quite famous. Well, we haven't really heard this name before, but I can't help but feel some manner of curiosity. If he is such a good swordsman, then why are you wandering about the wilderness dressed in what amounts to rags? Demands to know if we are insulting him. Once he's drawn his sword, he's honor-bound to whet the blade. I don't like the sound of that, but when else will we have a chance to face off against the greatest swordsman in the Sword's Coast? Why don't you draw your sword, then, so it can see who the better swordsman is, you or our party? I wouldn't expect him to take up on the offer. 1 versus 6 seems rather stacked against him. But with a rather small temper, he assures us we will be sorry for doubting his skills. Alright, I didn't really doubt them, but I guess we'll put them to the test now. Let's make it a little bit fair. We shall only wield swords, so Yeslik, you are out.
Yes.
Corin shall draw steel, rush forward.
Be a lady.
And then the 2 ladies
You're
with
a
their
queer
slings,
fellow.
we'll turn off that so that they don't participate.
This way.
3 versus 1 seems fair enough for the best swordsman in the world. He packs a punch already. Oh man, it would certainly take a hit or 2. Got quite a bit of life already. He packs a punch, but in the end he was no match for Minsk, or whoever dealt that killing blow. Exploding into chunks everywhere. Let's see what we have on this person. I didn't really intend to kill him, but well, mistakes were made. We got some enchanted gauntlets and a long sword of his own. Let's pass those off to Dinah here. I think she has probably a higher lore than Imoen. Yeah, 30 versus Imoen's 22. So she is the go-to source of identification. She spots immediately as a long sword. think Yeslik's actually got a couple others for her to take a look at. Longsword, Morning Star. I don't know if she can tell what this splint-looking mail is. We'll give her a chance. Oh, she can. Chainmail. Okay. Interesting. But she doesn't know what the gauntlets are. Let's see if we have an identify spell ready. And we do. Imoen. Take these gloves and what do you make of them? The gauntlets of weapon expertise, known as Legacy of the Masters, highly sought after among novice warriors, once the property of the royal family of Threshgel, imparting a portion of the prince's legendary skill with a blade. Interesting. Well, that is partly what I had come to figure. Perhaps they do impart some weapon skill, but not the wisdom on how to use them. Fortunately, it doesn't look like they're actually cursed. Don't provoke you to picking fights with anyone you come across. And +1 to Thaco and 2 to damage. That's pretty substantial, actually. Who will make best use of these? Xevric or Minsk, perhaps. Seems like most others have gauntlets already. So between the two of us, who needs Thaco more? 11 for myself and 10 already for Minsk. So I shall take these off your hands and put them onto mine, bringing my Thaco to a staggering 10. Alright. Well, rest in peace, Meilum. We shall put these to good use. Better use than you did, most likely. I believe that is all we shall find out here. Pretty desolate region. Let's use up the last of our cures if we have not already. Looks like we have. So perhaps before we head north, at long last, to Baldur's Gate, having explored the Sword Coast in its entirety, I believe we had some wolf pelts to deliver to the town's keep, or storekeep, in Nashkel. So let's head out that way, actually. We'll just stop in at the store super quick. Perhaps we can take a rest here and then continue north, at long last, to the fabled city of Baldur's Gate. Just like running ahead to make sure that the way is clear. We can even fix up our spells a little bit while we're at it. Imoen is dangerously close to leveling up at long last. She'll be a level 6 thief, and that means her thief abilities will become active again. That will be nice. Corin is an exemplary thief on his own, but I like having potentially 2 if we need them. Corin not having to juggle his plate armor to use his thieving abilities. Let us enter. Let's quick save actually before we do. Alright, greetings, storekeep.
Of course, yeah.
I have some things you might be interested in at this late hour. Oh, he actually just takes the pelts right off of us, so let's see how much. 500 gold apiece.
Business has been poor, what with the iron shortage and all.
What do you have for sale? Right, I'm going to hang on to these stone to flesh scrolls. Minsk is a bunch of potions. I don't think we need chainmail. I kind of like these angel skin rings. I think I'll hang on to one of them for now. Long swords, bloodstone. Do need to figure out what these robes are. I doubt they're anything too interesting. Oh, we also need to replenish our stock of ammunition for our rangers here. I like most of these spells. Grease, not the most useful. Okay, so let's, while we're here, might as well. We can pick up some bullets and arrows. Not too many necessary, but enough to get by. Now. Alright, that way we don't have to use up our magical ammunition for ordinary foes. Okay, Corn is good. Imoen, she seems fine. Make some use of these books one day. And Dinah here looks good. Okay. So, everyone looks fairly well equipped. I think everybody already has large shield +1s that wants them. Yes, both Yeslik and Minsk. So all that leaves now is magic. Ooh, actually I did consider this earlier. The Ring of Wizardry. Doubles the amount of first level spells. Imoen only level a 5 mage. Whereas down here, level 6, I think we can get a little bit more mileage out of the ring, granting that to her. So let's just take a look-see here. Kind of redundant. I need to get her a chromatic orb spell at some point. I like blindness a lot. Larlock for some life gain. Don't really need protection from petrification anymore. I like Scorching and Blur. Fireballs and Dispel. Let's mix it up a little bit. Do some lightning bolts too. I like Haste. I like these. And I like those. I do kind of like having an identification spell at the ready if we need it. And that reminds me.
The customer is always
quick,
right.
identify those scrolls here. Cursed Scroll of Foolishness. Good thing we didn't use it. And just some ordinary adventurer's robes. I don't know who actually makes use of these Cursed Scrolls. Definitely put that to the side. And some useful things. Alright. Oh, and then lastly, Yeslik. He seems fine. He actually has innate Dispel magic, so I'll just give him some more animate dead. And the rest of this looks fine. Alright. Just make way for the Nashgel Inn. Rest.
A simple task.
And head north. Everybody seems to already be suffering fatigue.
A simple task.
Let's have a drink or two. I'll have some mead. Arrogant bastard. You hear about the mayor of Baragost? Kildeath came down here and told us we better stop shipping such bad iron. Alright, well, hopefully things get better with our efforts in the Nashgel mines.
Done.
Daybreak, we shall head north. Quick save, super quick. Make way for Baldur's Gate. All of us peak condition for the most part. We'll come back to Ulcaster and Durlag's Tower at some point. But I'm excited to finally get on with the main plot. I guess the fastest way there is through this farmland where we picked up the wandering Ajantis so many moons ago. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break in the video, quick save here, and be back in just a moment. Stay tuned everyone, thanks for joining me.